Hey everybody, we're here just to try something new. Basically, it's a mod that lets me swing around on, grappling hooks. Kind of feels like Spider-Man, and I just wanted to make a video talking about, whoopsies, fell, about cool stuff as I was swinging on this mod, just to show off, a little bit, and also have fun, because it's a really relaxing mod once you get used to it. And I wish, the whole idea behind this was, I looked it up. I was like, hey, blank grappling mod. Can anybody, or whoopsies, look at that weather. That looks, it hurts my eyes. When you have this mod, I was like, hey, what would a e-gaming sports pro look like swinging around? And I couldn't find anything, and that was so frustrating trying to find some satisfying clips of somebody being Spider-Man, but not having somebody do it already. So this is me filling that niche, because I guess it's just semi-practice, semi-me just messing around for the Daily Dean. But anyways, since on the topic of Spider-Man, I want to talk about the Spider-Verse, right? Into the Spider-Verse, the movie. And I just think that it was, I loved it. I loved it. And I love the music, and I know I'm a little 2 years late on the hype, but this is where I got my my hype for getting this mod, because the scene where Miles is rising up into the What's Up Danger song. I just think, oh, that is so it sends shivers down my spine because it's so good. Now it's kind of oh man, I wish I was Spider-Man, and we've all got those little superhero fantasies, right? But I wasn't a big fan of Spider-Man when I was younger. My first experience with Spider-Man was the Raimi trilogy, right? With Tobey Maguire. And when I watched that, the first one, I was 8 or 9 or whatever, right? And I found out, I see that Spider-Man has these organic biological webs. I was like, yo, that's pretty neat. I guess that's Spider-Man. And then when I found out in the Disney XD cartoons, oh, this Spider-Man has freaking web cartridges and slingers. That's so lame. That's not real. That's not a real Spider-Man. And I say that now as I'm swinging around on artificial, grappling hooks that mimic web slinging. It was just it's a little bit of a surprise to my little 9-year-old brain, seeing that this faker, this poser Peter Parker had web cartridges and slingers and machines. And now I don't really care, and I say oh, okay, I guess, oh, this Spider-Man has organic webs, and this Spider-Man has the cartridges and the slinger thingies, and oh my god, I keep falling. Basically, yeah, that was my experience with Spider-Man, and now I love him. I think he's pretty neat. Not nearly as much as my favorite superhero, who is, can't actually name one, and I guess I like all superheroes. They're pretty neat. But anyways, talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, this has been on my mind. I was running, and I was like, hey, there's this one quote from Uncle Iroh teaching Zuko how to firebend, or teaching Zuko firebending things. And if you don't know Avatar: The Last Airbender, people can bend elements like earth, water, air, and fire. And so Uncle Iroh, one of these characters, says to Zuko, his nephew, hey, Zuko, firebending comes from the breath, not the muscles. It's about control and discipline. And I was like, yo, that is so wise, Uncle Iroh. And one of the, cornerstones of Uncle Iroh's character is his ability to bestow wisdom of other people, because he takes it from all these other sources. So going into that, basically the four nations are kind of divided and separate, and they have their own cultures and stuff. But Uncle Iroh, he travels around, he learns about all these different cultures, and he applies it to his own bending. He invents new techniques never before seen to make his own bending super duper strong, right? From waterbenders, their motions to create, stuff related to sub-elements of fire, and all these other things that, are kind of an interesting idea, because we don't really think about that kind of stuff when we're watching Avatar. If you've seen it, you just think, oh yeah, Uncle Iroh is pretty wise. But it brings up this point. I think I had a conversation with some person about it. I don't remember when or who. It was oh my gosh, what if the Avatar is so strong because they know all four elements, unlike any other bender who can only bend one element. And because they have like the experience from all these other nations and stuff and their cultures, it makes them, the strongest person in this entire universe, right? So I thought that's a neat little headcanon. I just phased through that block. That was a little weird. But yeah, I just want to now pass that on to you. Uncle Iroh's, wisdom about the importance of taking experience from other places is totally true, right? For me, it's taking that wisdom from Avatar: The Last Airbender, because it's such a great cartoon. I'd totally recommend checking it out. And even though it's just a cartoon, you can really gather some important lessons about it on like masculinity and what it means to be strong and what real strength is, and like the importance of staying true to your values and stuff like that. So totally recommend that. And I realized I never showed off this one cool thing. It's like a double web thing. So there we go. Now, basically, yeah, that's it. So thank you. I will see you later and goodbye.